Good evening, everybody, and welcome to continuing coverage of our 2022 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Tournament. Tonight we've got a quad race with two separate 1v1s. At the top we have out of the slime group BobPineappleMD sporting a 3-0 record, taking on the overall #1 NESCardinality, who is in his first race. And at the bottom we have a pair of beatings so far, but we'll get one of them with a win tonight, and that is LordoftheSynth versus OldVampireLady out of the Ghost group. We got the action moving right away because this is a podcast, but I am DK9146. Alongside me tonight, with no spoilers, is one of our runners, BobPineappleMD. How are you doing tonight, Bob?
I'm doing okay tonight, and yes, I will be doing my level best not to spoil anything.
Very nice. And while we were getting that together there, Bob, do you remember what we got in the throne room?
It was a double wing start. There were two pairs of wings and the magic key. It was very interesting.
Very nice. So the wings lets the runner get out of the throne room, keeping that key. You see some of the runners going back in to save here. Others opting to go out. We see NESCardinality already taking out a Draki twice and getting level 2 right away here. Oh, coming with 9340 and stop spell. Runners did start with heal more. Enough MP for one heal more in the tank, as we see Bob going through the throne room or the treasury right now, and doesn't look like he wants to keep that stuff. I see a big pause. I'm assuming a reset. Here we go.
That is a reset. The only thing of any note in there was the fairy flute, and certainly not something that's needed in the beginning, or sometimes really ever.
Yeah, I think most know that I'm not a huge fan of the fairy flute currently, as noted in chat there as well. But Bob's out there getting some kills. We got LordoftheSynth. He's going to go around back, see what's in the basement. Not a bad play. Just might be able to luck into something here, so we'll find out what's downstairs momentarily. Kind of looking, I believe, mountain, based on him being able to walk a few steps to the right there.
Yeah, that was indeed Mountain Cave. Goes ahead and steps out of there. And now LordoftheSynth will do a reset.
Yeah, he checked the treasury, checked the basement, noped out of both. He's going to get out and start getting him some stuff. We got OldVampireLady on the overworld here, checking her stats again. We got NESCard doing a reset. He must have saved at some point here. Oh, and just north of town, we got Tanstrel, we got Hawk's Nest and 2 caves.
Yeah, Hawk's Nest and 2 caves was an interesting thing to walk to the north to spot. And of course, Hawk's Nest, not a whole lot of use this early on in the seed.
Yeah, definitely not, and it seems like we've been getting a lot of early Hawks. I was wondering if Nest was going to give us a view of these caves. So the first one here is the Jerk. We got Bob seeing these as well. Oh, another town up north, and our freebie cave.
Yeah, so knowing where Jerk Cave was early was kind of a peace of mind thing, at least for me, because you know that at any point you can just drop right in there and get it taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's nice about this freebie cave having some cash is we know that next town up is going to be a real town, so we might be able to get some early equipment here. Looks like you are heading that way now. NESCard's opting to continue with his grind here, and it's Key Town.
Yeah, trading that gold in for some potential equipment here was my immediate thought, and I am indeed now at the weapon store, and that hand axe looked really good, so I took it.
Yeah, I'd say the hand axe is a fantastic early game weapon here, easy to get. I saw a half plate in there. We'll see if anybody opts to pick that up. We got Synth up here, going through his caves, and kind of seeing the town up there. We'll see what happens. OldVampireLady continuing her Zone 0 grind here as, Druids are a little spicy with some hurt more.
Yeah, they are. That is something I did not find out until much, much later, but NESCardinality getting that info early.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like you're getting level 3 here. 1, 2, 2, 6, no spells. So first couple levels, not really helpful. Opting to go back in and get some more cash.
Yeah, I decided to go in and get it to fill back up on keys.
Yeah, very smart play here. Going to be topped off with your 6 keys. I don't believe we've had any of the runners check the rim chest yet either, so we should maybe be getting that here momentarily, I would assume. Looks like NESCardinality's going to check out what's in the basement. We might get some checks in Mountain with them, depending on the enemy set here. Wow, and an eventless walk all the way around to a dragon scale.
Yeah, really nice walk on NESCard's side. Yeah, so while you might think I loaded up on keys and maybe went back into Rimmler to check that chest, I did nothing of the kind.
It was the big fake out all along. Going back to the desert here to try and find some more stuff. We got Ness making it downstairs. 4 more chests down here. Let's see what we can find. Second chest, we've got some more gold. So gold grind is on the table now. Ooh, finds a werewolf. Not something you want to see at level 3. Although it hit him pretty low there for 20. Probably around its min. Oh, it's got sleep as well.
Yeah, we find out they have sleep.
And Bob finding an armor knight on the side over there. Not quite ready for that yet. We do have Synth getting level 4 here, along with Old Vampire Lady. No new spells to speak of, nominal stats at best, so at this point the level's not really being very helpful for you guys yet.
No, the early going was definitely a bit of a slog.
Alright, so it looks like both Bob and NESCard got items out of the treasury this time for real. No resets coming, and Bob's gonna go top off keys and check downstairs, it looks like. Alright, so now on Synth's side, we've got him grabbing a few gold chests here. Looks like he's possibly opting in for that hand axe and half plate combo. NESCard's also getting a few gold chests here. Old Vampire Lady has now come across the same area and is getting her free gold from the old man. So lots of gold while Bob's fighting Star Wyvern.
Yeah, I do not have the luck that NESCardinality had at the top floor of Mountain.
Yeah, we saw a red slime on his side and a Star Wyvern on yours.
I feel like those are not quite equivalent.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not. Reddish in color and about the only characteristics they both share. So yeah, we got Synth here. He is loaded up. He's got a little bit of gear going now. We've got Old Vampire Lady checking out Rim, seeing what's going on here, and Ness taking a free trip back to the Tangible Inn, and Bob's back out on the overworld.
Yep, electing to grind at this point because really not a whole lot else I can do here.
Yeah, you know, stats have been kind of meh. That 16 agility at level 4 was decent enough, but yeah, you know, not very long to get levels here, especially with that hand axe in play and some okay enemies, especially with that scorpion running around. We do got NESCard picking up another gold chest while Synth pops off his keys. Looks like NESCard's gonna gear himself up as well.
And Old Vampire Lady, meanwhile, also makes the hand axe purchase.
Oh, and we are getting a check of the rim chest here, and it is the death necklace down on Synth's side.
Yeah, one of those rare times where the Rimmler chest has something of value.
Yeah, it's usually pretty trolly with here's one of your keys back, or the standard vanilla wings. Alright, we got 3 runners looking at wolves. Old Vampire Lady does take down the wolf to be the first of our runners to hit level 5, coming in with 6, 2, 4, 6, no spells.
Yeah, it's definitely felt like the seed kind of karmic balancing everything out for giving us heal more.
Yeah, that can tend to happen. And on NESCard's side, we've seen him trying to push a little bit here and just not really paying off. Still, the furthest back of our runners, still only at 27 experience, pushing across this bridge in south. We'll see if he does opt to get into a grind now. He's got some gear, or still try and press that exploration. Oh, I see, oh, nice run from the wizard by Bob as he pushed a little too far east and found that next zone.
Yep, wanted nothing to do with that.
Yeah, wolves seem to be a really good enemy right now with a few heal mores in the tank. Oh, Bob finding out about that hurt more from the druid now.
Yeah, that's where it happens. Old Vampire Lady, meanwhile, going back to grab more gold.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, oh, not paying attention for a minute. She ran up, stop. Got 1,600 here. I'm assuming she'll want to pick up that half plate? Or, Okay, I was like, she went back in. I thought she was going to grab another one, but maybe going for that half plate.
Lord of the Synth, meanwhile, has gotten level 6, which is 5290. And again, no spells.
Yeah, start you guys out with Healmore, gave you a level 2 stop spell, I believe it was, and nothing since. Oh, we got Bob going in for some gold. Maybe he's probably looking to put some clothes on finally. He's the only one of our runners with nothing at this point. Bob walks in, starts to walk up because everybody wants to go get those keys, even when you have them. We got Old Vampire Lady going to top off. We got Synth dodging a couple caves, grinding on some warlocks and other enemies here, making some really good headway on the experience, which is fantastic, as we can clearly see. Nothing good's in these early levels. Let's get out of it. Maybe we get a level 7 hurt more and off to the races type thing.
Yeah, and what you were seeing up there on my screen was me completely forgetting what was in the Rimmelder shop. So once I saw the half plate, I decided, oh, okay, I should probably get that.
Yeah, that's the classic DK thing. I focus on what I want right then and don't look at anything else.
Yep, I read
well, at least the goal was right there.
Yes, exactly. I read down to that hand axe, went right to it, and that was it.
So now Bob's about to get that half plate and join our other runners with some armor. Oh, we have NESCard pushing south, and they got a pair of towns down here with Cole as our first one. Let's see what we got.
And Silver Harp.
Yeah, I mean, you want it, but you know, if you push a little exploration and you try and find something, sword or something that's going to be beneficial, like armor, would definitely be what you would hope for. But still, at least rewarded with something.
Though, if you're going to find one of the 3 key items, Harp is definitely what you want, since then, if during your travels you find the Staff of Rain Cave, you can just go ahead and get it taken care of and not have to go back.
Absolutely agree, and NESCard comes across a Wolf Lord that's throwing a lot of stop spell, does have Baby Breath, but manages to take it down because of all the stop spells that weren't landed.
Lord of the Synth, meanwhile, has gone to level 7, and we still have no spells.
Yeah, Healmore carrying us along as best as it can, nothing else coming along, and stats, I mean, still pretty trivial at best at this point.
Exploration now has been interesting. We've seen NESCardinality, the only one of our runners, to have found that town cluster down below. Both 4 towns now of the 6 have been located, and they've all been on the same screen. They've all come in pairs to this point.
Exactly, and I missed it, but was that other town Breckenary? I think I saw one.
That was Breckenary, yes.
And as Aaron2U2's calling out in chat, at the end of the day, the only spell that we really absolutely must have is the Healmore, so we started out with that race with Baby Breath as well. Call Me Hugh asking, is this seed very small map? No, all of our standard races are on the standard sized maps, which is the largest of the 3 variants that we have available in our randomizer, which is 120 by 120.
Yeah, and so when it is the standard map, and, you know, you've seen 2 caves, you've seen 4 towns, all pretty close together, in my mind at least, you start thinking, oh no, how big and sprawly is this going to be, and how far-flung to the middle of nowhere is the rest of this stuff?
Yeah, I could definitely get that feeling, because, yeah, it's never any fun to have everything near home, and then you have 85% of the map to explore with a bunch of nothingness. We do have Synth kind of pushing north here up the western coast, and see if he can come across anything besides this wizard. Old Vampire Lady comes across that Axe Knight. Little too soon for those guys. Couldn't get away from it and took the death here. We got NESCard going back into the treasury. The only thing I can assume at this point is he's probably looking for that gold grind. We did see a gold chest in the basement of Mountain 2 here. So we'll see if that's what he's planning on doing. And it looks like that is the case. He's walking around back.
Yeah, indeed, because he did check. Oh, that's LordoftheSynth down there. I'm sorry, NESCardinality is, yeah, moving back down to Mountain.
Yeah, and it might be playing in his mind because his walk through the top of Mountain was very free. He didn't see that Star Wyvern like you did on the first dive. Oh, Wizard's down here as well, but managed to run. All while this is going on, Bob's down in the zone here, really liking that nice crit on the Scorpion here, fighting those, red dragons in the mountain as well. Oh man, Synth is, ran into a powerhouse here.
Yeah, top of Mountain was, quite the zone.
Well, the Star Wyvern's got a lot of stop spell and is not very good at casting it. It is, repeatedly tried and has repeatedly failed to land stop spell on NESCard. I think that's 4 in a row now. Here comes a 5th. Gets the block and then he immediately runs. Right into another Star Wyvern.
And LordoftheSynth now heading back into Mountain Cave.
Alright, so we do have NESCard printing some money here. I didn't get to see what was in the towns down south. I know we saw, I believe it was a flame sword at one point.
So Rimmelder has a flame sword, and NESCard by now has been to Cole and has looked and realizes there's a silver shield in Cole.
Very nice, but with no outside, he's going to have to take into account he's got a scary mountain cave to get back out of, because he's going to have to walk out of here or die trying.
So I've now gone to level 8, and the spells have started to come, gaining sleep and return.
Yeah, the grind kind of paying off a little bit here. Sleep gives you a lot more movement on the overworld. You can put down some of these mid-tier enemies to at least get away if you don't want to take on the battles. So Synth went back into the mountain, found another red dragon, and has decided that that was enough mountain diving for now, and has got back out into the overworld. We'll see if he's going to be grinding or searching. We've got Old Vampire Lady here taking on a wolf, which is a very valuable enemy. Bob's finding these pair of towns down south. Going to get the news about the heart. Yeah, question in chat, is the bottom race live? No, both of these races were ran at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. They just ran the same seed. They are separate 1v1s with BobPineappleMD and NESCardinality at the top racing against each other, and LordoftheSynth versus Old Vampire Lady on the bottom. So regardless of who finishes where, the top has a separate winner from the bottoms.
And I go ahead and pick up the large shield here. I saw the silver shield, but right now, every little bit helps.
Absolutely. And it's always a game time decision if a gold grind is truly necessary or not, and the large shield in most cases is enough. Bob trying to decide if he wants to see Breckenary or not, does decide that he's going to take a look at the armor shop here and the weapons.
Yeah, just in case there was something worthwhile, there really wasn't. Nothing that I couldn't find anywhere else. And at this point, I am unaware of the gold grind because I have not made it down any length into Mountain.
That is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So Bob finds out we're at the southwest corner of the map down here. Sees a Droll Magi, very wisely starts attacking it. Very good fight for the gear that we have. Nice crit, and it's going to take it down. Alright, and on the bottom left we have Synth. It's going to be joining Bob at level 8 after taking off that Warlock. Get his double up on the spells. Some decent stats there as well. And we got Old Vampire Lady and a big thick of swamp down here. A few bridges leading to a bunch of swamp islands and dead ends. Not sure which direction she headed off, but not really finding anything out here, which is what Bob was mentioning earlier is a worry when a lot of locations are near the start.
Yeah, and you really hate it when it gets all narrow and tangly and it's just swamp.
Exactly, and as she was dying, we saw 6 separate bridges on the screen there. Since heading south, I think this might be the first time they've seen the towns down here, but it's hard to remember who's seen what at this point. Alright, thank you for confirming that. That's the great thing about a podcast. We can have the runners confirm themselves in the chat. So we got, right now, just to kind of round out, we got Bob trying to take on this Rogue Scorpion. They have a ton of agility, so we're going to be nickel and diming him on the way here, but he's got a couple heal mores in reserve. And he's not too far off of level 9.
But then I find out they have heal more and go, well, that was a waste of time.
If only we had something in our inventory and spell list that could prevent that in the future, though. So that's nice.
Yes, so we do know that, and then we find out about Knight's knowing stop spell.
And baby breath, so yeah, not ideal once I got that on. Couldn't get away and going to take your free trip back to the Tangible Inn. In the meanwhile, we have NESCard kind of struggling to get some footing under him up here. About 500 experience behind right now. Really pressing a lot of exploration. Unfortunately, not coming across anything that's been useful yet. That skeleton is going to push NESCard up to level 7 at least here. He's not going to get those spells yet, and he's going to get pretty low stats overall, 3113 there. And Old Vampire Lady just keeps finding dead ends everywhere. Keeps going across all these bridges, not finding anything yet, but is getting some decent exploration under her belt as well.
Yeah, in terms of sheer territory explored, I would say Old Vampire Lady has done the most legwork here. It's just that it hasn't paid off.
Yeah, exactly. Nice fight with the Drakima there, though. Yeah, just bridges. There's a ton of bridges in this map so far. So, we'll see what the runners opt to do here. Bob's got a little more staying power right now with the sleep in play, as well as synth. Might be able to take more of those mid-game enemies on and not have to take as much damage from them by being able to put them down. Oh, Bob's finding red dragons just northeast of Charlotte, or the Tangible.
Yeah, this became a point where I wasn't quite sure what to do because of how dangerous the zones on both sides were. And while I had a little more staying power, you still don't like the resources. They don't get you very far. So...
No, agreed. And we see Old Vampire Lady found that same red dragon zone there. We have Nest getting cords, which are 32 north, 101 east. So way across the map. As someone in chat mentioned earlier, reverse count could be in play here if our runners want to try that. 32 north, not quite sure. That's going to be about the middle of the map because we're pretty far down as we saw with that southwest corner. Alright, and Synth just came across Cantlin as well. We'll see if he opts to check for the cords as well. You do have to walk through all those barrier tiles, which do cost 15 damage per tick.
And he is indeed electing to go for it.
Yeah, and it's a smart play at this point. Knowing what you have so far, pretty much everything's outstanding outside the flute and harp at this point, so you could be looking at armor or sword on the cords, which could give you a little boon early in this race. Unfortunately, 32 north, 101 east is not very attainable. We'll find out if that's, walkable. Oh, interrupting. Bob just got level 9, and I saw that flame fire up with some hurt more. So Bob's off to the races.
Yeah, the Hurtmore coming was huge. Meanwhile, NESCardinality leaving Cantlin sees another town to the north, which, of course, by process of elimination is Garenham, and an interesting thing about this seed now is that all 6 towns showed up in sets of 2 on the same screens, and honestly fairly close to Tantegel. So that made the windy exploration of this map pretty daunting, as OldVampireLady has demonstrated.
Yeah, this is going to have a ton of real estate where there's just no place to stop and top off at all. Hopefully we can find Sharlock nearby or something to where we won't have to walk too far. But we're going to get another 3 chest checks here from NESCard in a moment in the back, and a basement check.
And I checked the spike tile in Hoxus. It's a red dragon, which is one of the few things I can't hurt more.
Yeah, that's not going to work out well for you there, is it? And, I missed the second chest, but we had a torch and a keep in the back.
Yeah, torch, key, and gold are were the 3 chests in the back of Garenham.
Yep, I just cheated and looked at Synth, who's right on NESCard's heels here. What cave did we have here? Swamp North. Yeah, Swamp North. So NESCard opted to not go through. We'll see what Synth does. Looks like he's going to give it a shot at least. And Synth is a red dragon. Oh, runs away from it though. Is a red dragon magnet in this zone though. That's his 3rd red dragon between the mountain cave and Swamp North, which both share the same enemy set, as we see Bob finding out about the red dragon.
I'm in Mountain Cave at the moment, as opposed to Swamp, and once again, unable to get to any of the chests.
Wow, and look, Swamp South, not living up to its name, is in the very northeast corner of the map. Oh, and immediately south we have the Big C, Sharlock, so we know where we need to come later in the race. I think I just saw a cave on there.
Yep, you definitely did. Just hugging the wall there.
But the red dragon followed Synth out of the cave and is not going to let him get any further, it looks like. So he's got a little bit of knowledge here, but long walk, get all the way over to Garenham through, just to be sent back because they're all over the place.
Meanwhile, I have now found Cantlin and moving through there.
All right, so Bob's going to get his coordinates, find out that they're all the way on the other side of the world. We got OldVampireLady topping off in the coal shop, which is probably the worst one to try and get around to. It's right up there with Breck shop for me. Almost selling her hand axe for a club. That's quite all right. I think everybody sold the wrong thing at one point or another. Taking a look at stock here though.
Yeah, LordoftheSynth pointing out in chat that Hurtmore not really opening things up as much as you'd expect, and that was absolutely true. You know, Hurtmore is great, but our stats to this point, not great, and just limited utility and survivability, even with both more spells.
Yeah, agreed. We haven't seen a ton of really good enemies that are those nice, you know, early Hurtmore kind of enemies you want to see. Although we did see NESCard kind of setting outside here of Garenham, has quietly been pulling up some experience. Only about a 250 experience deficit this time. Well, he did like this desert until the Zax Knight showed up and ruined his fun.
Yeah, and without Hurtmore, not much can be done there, and NESCard heads home.
So Bob's up here on the top left, getting all geared up, grabbing him some torches, because who likes the dark? Got him Make sure he's all set on herbs. And gets that Dragon Scale equipped. So we're good to go there. So right now we got Synth continuing the grind, creeping up towards level 9. He's going to get the fantastic news about Hurtmore momentarily. Bob's getting his news about the 3 chests in the back of Garanham, which really don't help. And then we'll see if he opts to either, with that Hurtmore, take a look at the spike tile that's in the swamp cave, go through, or move on the primary continent here. Old Vampire Lady coming across our Staff of Rain guy, so she'll be the first of the runners to change in that harp for a staff. Didn't quite see where she found that. We'll try and check that out when she walks back out.
Really good find. Staff of Rain guy kind of just out on his lonesome in the middle of nowhere.
Well, after a tour of the north end of Swamp, Bob finds the Axe Knight here on the spike tile, so he is going to opt to take it out. Didn't quite get it with the Hurtmore and an attack. Or did you swing twice there? Did you forget about Hurtmore, Bob?
Sure did.
I was like, wait a minute, I think I saw 2 swings. Okay, that makes sense then, okay. So Bob, got that chord knowledge. Looks like he might be doing us a rescue, although he will have to go back through the Axe Knight since we do not have outside yet.
Yeah, I am doing a rescue here because once I saw those coordinates, I was like, nope. But I also realized no outside, so it's a matter of being able to get back out from here.
Yeah, and as we're aware, this zone is extremely dangerous because this is the same enemy set that's in the top of Mountain Cave, which has the Star Wyverns, the Wizards, the Red Dragons, speaking of which
I now find out are here. And having my mic muted at this point was a good thing.
I bet, but very nice, gets away. While that was going on, we saw Synth get level 9, find out about Hurtmore, excitedly take it to Hawksnest, hoping to find goodies and possibly a good grind, and gets the bad news about the Red Dragon.
A Star Wyvern that I run into, and I'm just thinking at this point, please, the stairs, they're right there.
Oh, and the follow-up swing after the Hurtmore, still not enough. Now it's dodging, throwing stop spell out. About as an epic of a battle as you can get with throwing a Hurtmore on one of those kind of enemies.
Yeah, it was a nail biter, but I got out.
Well, Synth found a zone here. It's got I see Metal Scorpion. I just saw a Magic Wyvern though. Not a terrible Hurtmore enemy for this level at this point. We'll see what other enemies are in here. I think this might be near that Red Dragon zone though. Bob's getting the princess dropped off so that he can let her tell him where it's at instead of doing the easy count per chat. We might be able to reverse the from the coast, but I still think that 35 is going to throw you off a little bit. You'd have to do a bunch of searching here. So Synth's up in the same swamp area that we saw Old Vampire Lady earlier. It's going to hopefully be able to clear it and find out the bad news about all the dead ends and not come back here later.
Yeah, not a place that you want to walk more than once. Really 0 times if you can manage it.
And Old Vampire Lady in Mountain finding out about the Red Dragon. Tried to do some command manips, but didn't quite get away. In the meantime, we did just see NESCardinality hit his level 9 and has his Hurtmore, and we'll see how he uses it.
I managed to land 2 Hurtmores on the Blue Dragon. It's going to take me to level 10, which is going to have 2, 0, 13, 13, heal, and outside, a spell I could have used 5 minutes ago.
The game loves the troll. loves the troll. So here we go. So we'll see what Bob opts to do now that he's got cords. Has a good feel for at least a portion of this map. Hasn't been through the swamp cave yet, so doesn't know that that's going to lead him to the northeast and, you know, in the at least general vicinity of where those coordinates are going to be.
Nope, that's very true. Although, if you do want a little insight onto what was going through my brain at this exact moment, my thought was, well, one of those coordinate numbers is 100 plus. And I've already seen that this seed has kind of a weird map. It's kind of windy. There's stuff all over the place. So my thought was, well, if I go back to Swamp and I jump in and see what's on South, maybe I luck out and it takes me right to it.
That's a very fair statement, and I like the thought there for sure. Let's see who we got going on here. We got NESCard is. I have no clue where he's at. Oh, he just picked up the princess. We've got OldVampireLady in the bottom of the mountain. Has found a metal slime, but the metal slime escapes. So NESCard's repeating what Bob just did. Got the princess a level 2 early. Doesn't have outside spells, so he's gonna have to take the Axe Knight again. Although once he kills this Axe Knight, as long as he's successful, will have outside right away.
So OldVampireLady clears Mountain Cave, just a gold in the final chest.
Yeah, Mountain not being super important, although if you did utilize it for the gold grind, that's about its only real usefulness here, to be quite honest. Alright, so Bob's heading north of where the Cantling Garenham combo was. We've got Scent heading back down towards Cold Brecconary. We've got OldVampireLady heading up the west coast, which not sure if anybody's actually seen the top of, but I think it dead ended, and it does. And we got NESCard that went ahead and used the rest of his MP to go ahead and grind up a little bit more experience here. Has actually taken an experience, or no, he's just shy of Bob by 100.
Yeah, caught up relatively quickly from a much larger deficit not 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that'll happen when you, even if you just spend a couple minutes on a great grind spike like the Axe Knight, busting out 130 a pop. But we do have Bob creeping up on level 11. Should be there, you know, another kill or two depending on what enemies he finds.
And Beta Strap pointing out that NESCard crit a metal slime, which helped close the gap for sure.
Well, that's just cheating. That very nice. No, I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen a metal slime on you or Synth screens yet. We definitely saw one on VampireLady.
I've had one, but it ran immediately.
Very good. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. So Bob's getting, oh my god, Bob's getting 21 strength and 20 MP on that level with a couple nominal stats in between.
Yeah, that one was very nice, although the agility is still terrible.
That's just going to force you to go ahead and take some of these battles then. Yeah, agility is languishing quite severely behind the rest, although we're looking decent for that strength at this point with that 21. That really caught things up well there. We've got a lot of push out. Bob's going to top off here. We got NESCard just grinding away on axes, hitting his level 11 now. So at this point, I think up top we have very similar knowledge and extremely tight on the experience. NESCard just hasn't redeemed his Gwaelin for a GPS yet. I believe he's still carrying her. He is. Bob either going to go check that spike or go through. We'll find out.
Yeah, I'm going to elect to go through here.
Alright, so while that's going on, we got Old Vampire Lady who continues to walk around, not finding much, has found the southern area here again, starts heading back to the east, which we know will get her over towards Cantlin and Garenham here shortly.
So I pop out, you're going to see me immediately use the GPS here to check these coordinates, and what I realized from checking it is I'm not that far away.
Yeah, 38 north and just a few to the east, so pretty much on a straight downward trajectory from here. Bob, I don't know if I can commentate with you anymore. You're opting to use that flute.
Well, you know, when the game shoves it into your inventory.
Nah, that's very fair, and that agility is terrible right now, and they would hit very hard. So Bob's seeing his Sherlock, but I saw him do one step to the west here, and he is not seeing that cave that is probably 1 or 2 tiles to the east here.
That is very correct. No clue that there is a cave there, and that does not get remedied here.
Oh, fun. And Bob was really close to this, really close to these cords, runs into the red dragon, and is going to opt to battle it. I don't mind this this play here. He's got some decent attack power, has several heal mores in the tank, and enough HP to mostly tank these, although that was a dangerous swing there.
It was a dangerous swing. I kind of treated this one like a little miniature DL2 fight.
Yeah, I'd say you have probably better odds on killing it than you do on running from it. Or at least if you're going to spend a lot of times doing something, you might as well do it swinging and getting 350 for it versus, you know, running eventually. So we'll see if he gets through it or not, and he does.
Only to run into another one.
Yeah, that's just terrible. Oh, opting to run from this one and pulls off the 35 agility run. So further strengthening the agility is just a number. But we're 3 off the cords, and what do we got?
We have the sword.
Very, very nice.
Worth it.
Sword's very nice, especially with them red dragons run all over the place. That's just another 25 attack. Bob just grabbed over that hand axe. Ooh, that Wraith with the baby wombo sleep and baby breath, and Bob is still tired.
Yeah, I had seen that earlier, but managed to wake up the first time. Not so this time around.
Well, we'll see what Bob opts to do here, because we do know the Hawksness Spike is that red dragon, so he's gonna be able to get over there and check it out momentarily, fairly safely now with that Erdrick sword. Although, while I'm saying that, NESCardinality's taking it on right now. We'll see if he can be successful and be our first runner to check the tile here in Hawksness.
And he does.
With the 1 HP remaining, NESCard always doing his math, knew exactly where he was in there. He's safe, and actually gets level 12 out of it. 6159, no spells. And he's
Erdrick's token.
Yeah, Erdrick's token. So we got another one of our key items here. We found the harp very early in coal. We've got the token out of Hawksness now. So the only thing we're looking for is the stones and the Erdrick's armor. Alright, so we got Bob still exploring this, whether, we still don't know if it's a single continent or not, but he's still exploring through the swamp area here. We'll see if he can come across anything or not. We know there's no towns anywhere, and that Hurtmore is going to really leave him low on his MP.
Yep, at this point, my thought was just explore until I get sent back, and then, of course, Hawksness is waiting for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So he just gets his level 12 in stats. We do see officially at level 12 our first stat in the orange, though, with that MP hitting 83. Synth is not too far behind those top two racers, though. Oh, we have a cave on Bob's side. And it's Grave. All right, so this is a precarious situation. Grave was pretty far out there. Bob has just found it, but has no MP with which to really do anything, and 31 HP and no heal walking.
Yep, essentially praying for good encounters. Key herb, metal slime.
I didn't even know those could be in chests.
And the stones of sunlight.
Oh boy. Okay, so we know where everything is. None of our runners know where everything is yet, so let's see what Bob opts to do. He is making the turn like he's going to try and dive it.
Yep, because at this point, I'm not sure if anything is in Hawksness, because we have not run across 3 cursed bells, or at least I have not. I elect to attempt this dive. If I get sent back to Tanticle, my calculus is that, okay, not the end of the world, because maybe Hawksness has it.
Very fair, and I'll be honest, I think I would dive here as well if I'm successful, great. If not, oh well, just because of how far away you've walked to get to this location, I would not want to have to walk all the way back here, to be quite honest. We got Synth picking up his princess. I'm going to go try and do his chords here in a bit. Already has his outside if he does want to opt to get out of here, though. 4 chest is a first spell.
To answer Mike in chat, we have not seen Tablet. None of our runners have.
I think we can deduce that cave by Sherlock's got to be Tablet. I think we've seen every other cave at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a cave that was Bob didn't see it, but we saw it on whoever else went through Synth's screen.
Yeah, Synth's screen.
So Bob's still trucking along, got 4 of the 5 chests here in Grave, getting near that 5th one. Managed to dodge most of the bad enemies, although he does get back attacked by this rogue scorpion.
Yeah, the encounters were not too bad up to this point.
Let's see if it pays off.
It does not.
Well, gold kind of pays.
And of course, I'm out of MP, so cannot cast outside, but then cannot get into a fight to save my life.
Oh wow, yep, the frustrated, alright, I'm just gonna start walking out of here and hope something finds me along the way. Alright, so we got sent down here on an Axe Knight, humming along through the experience. We just got NESCard hitting level 13, 4, 3, 4, 10, and a spell that I missed.
To answer LordoftheSynth, because I had not found 3 cursed belts yet. So, as far as I knew, Hawksness could have been a dud. So I went ahead and did it with the logic that, well, if I die on the way down, I can go ahead and check Hawksness.
Alright, so while Bob's been doing all this diving, and not being able to really take on a lot, NESCard's quickly built a fairly sizable experience lead here. He's 1,100 and change experience up over Bob. So we'll see what happens. NESCard's not come across several of the areas that Bob has seen so far, though.
I did just take out a metal slime, which helps.
And, that's your consolation prize. You didn't get armor down here. Let's get 255 from a slime. So, while that's happening, Synth just topped off. Going to turn in his GPS. We've got OldVampireLady still pressing. She's just shy of level 9. Starting to get a little behind as we see Synth with about a 3,000 experience point lead right now. The good news for old Vampire Lady, though, is if she can get this level, as she's trying to take on this Road Scorpion, hopefully it doesn't heal more on her, she'll get to that, there it is. I had a bad feeling. I was like, she's nearing that hurt more stage soon enough. She's just got to get a little bit more. I think it's level 10.
Yeah, it's nothing worse than heal more on the back end.
Alright, so we got Synth down here, getting away from a golem. Looks like he's going to take a run at the red dragon. Bob got sent home by a werewolf, I believe.
It was a werewolf. I was basically just sitting around waiting for it, but trying to explore some more while I did it.
Well, Vampire Lady, still the only person to find this cave, has found it a second time. So we'll see what she opts to do or which way she opts to go from here. But it's in a little, way on the east coast.
That's right. I had not managed to do anything in Mountain to this point and decided I finally could.
That's exactly what I was just thinking. Bob feeling a little more hero-like now that he's got a sword, some decent HP, and hurt more in his pocket, is feeling confident he might be able to actually do this. While that's going on, we got Synth on round 2 with the red dragon here. Let's see if he can be successful in taking it down and getting his token.
Mike in chat with the, where were these red slimes before? You are not wrong.
It's always interesting to revisit an area and then you're like, had no idea this enemy was in the zone at all. And there's another one for you, so fantastic. Well, on the right, NESCard was showing exactly why Bob was using that flute earlier along with Synth, because he just got double run blocked by a golem, almost killed, so opts to use his flute to get the heck out of that encounter.
LordoftheSynth saying, imagine my disappointment at that 3 agility. Man, the whole seed, just... agility was such a disappointment.
Yeah, it's still pretty low. We're rocking a whole 39 agility right now. And for those that have been watching a lot of these races, I won't spoil any of them specifically, but we've seen a lot of terrible agility so far. A lot of terrible agility.
Yeah, it has not been easy to come by, generally speaking.
Alright, so NESCard comes across the Staff of Rain guy, gets his staff exchanged out. Bob's still our only runner with the stones. After he completes Mountain, I would assume he's probably going to head to Hawks, but we'll see if Past Bob does that or not. Alright, so Bob's out of there. We got Synth grinding on some red dragons. You know, I don't hate this grind, even though he's only got the broadsword. You know, we gotta, you know, if we're gonna die, we're relatively close. And 350 a pop, you can't really argue with.
Yep, best game in town as far as that's concerned.
Alright, so Bob's fluting up his golem, I'll assume to run since he knows he wants to have that MP for this red dragon. And is about to take on this red dragon. Assuming no missed menus or anything, I'll assume he will be successful in getting his token momentarily.
Yeah, the 120 attack power really helpful here.
Yeah, and the thing is, we got strength, really getting near that go level. HP's just shy of where we want it. We've got 10 heal mores in the tank already. Things are looking really well outside the ability to not be able to run from anything. So Bob's about done with his homework. I think with that knowledge now, the only thing Bob is unaware of is armor and token, or is armor and tablet, and where tablet is located. Otherwise, probably already starting to play out armor and Sherlock thoughts in his brain.
Yeah, at this point, I also have not located the Staff of Rain Cave, so while I have the harp, not sure where to go with that yet.
That's right. You're our only runner still with the harp. You've definitely gone a little bit different in order than our other runners just because of that bad mountain cave luck earlier. Although we do see Synth, who had some similarly bad mountain luck earlier, is back in here. Hopefully going to be able to clear it out this time.
And that's me getting that level and checking the stats, and also being disappointed in the agility gain.
Yeah, that was a fantastic agility gain here, exactly what we were looking for. Although we did see 2 of our other stats light up with into the orange, so we're getting just that much closer to go time here.
Yeah, Brian, well, you know, I live on the edge.
Alright, Bob just walloping up on some red dragons. Gonna catch him up some experience here fairly quickly. The runner's still lacking the spell of repel, which is always a pain to walk around the overworld and not being able to repel easily. Alright, so while that's going on, yeah, we got NESCard. He's still doing a lot of side exploration here. Not sure that he's gone through Swamp Cave at all yet. I think he's rounding out the rest of the first continent, it looks like. Because I have not seen Sherlock on his end yet. Since about to finish his mountain exploration here. Bob looks like he's going to be possibly set up a grind.
That is correct, because I remember there being a silver shield about, and since the agility gain to this point has been so terrible, my immediate thought is the silver shield might just be required.
You know, I don't hate that thought at all. I'm usually against a late game gold grind, but yeah, your agility is absolutely terrible. And while it's just a number when it comes to running, the number does matter when it comes to defense and how hard that Dragon Lord's going to hit you.
Yeah, because at this point, you know, at level 13, you're pretty close to ghost stats and everything except agility, but my defense is, you know, 47, and even Erdrick's armor is not going to boost it that much out of the half plate. You just don't like it.
Yeah, agreed, and it looks like Synth kind of backdoored into a gold grind here. On that final chest, going to get at least enough for a silver shield. We'll see if he opts to go beyond.
Yeah, so NESCardinality is doing the coordinates right now. He's occasionally popping out the GPS, but did not go through Swamp Cave, so was kind of just doing it up in the general area and wasn't able to get to where he needed to go.
Yeah, so I think he might have a general sense of where he needs to go, or is because he's definitely heading back towards the Garingham area here. So we've got dueling grinds on the left side of our screen here. We got OldVampireLady having picked up her coordinates, finding out the fantastic news that there are several numbers involved. And we'll see. Looks like Synth's going for a full 32 plus. We'll see what Bob opts to do if he's going just straight silver. We already got a good sword. And half plate, I believe, is still the case on your end. Synth, having just dedicated a little bit of time to that gold grind, going to play the safe method here. Go ahead and save. Fairly safe overall at the current level you got that they are at 13, but it never hurts. You never know when somebody's going to surprise sleep DL to you, and you've just lost quite a bit of amount of time here.
And NESCard now back in Swamp Cave.
Yeah, just shy of level 14. Goes and hits the spike to at least get level 14. We'll see if he stays here through the duration of his MP or pushes out after this. And we'll be the first of our runners almost tied with Synth, who's going to get a perfect level 14 here with that 78.
Yep, so we're going to get to see it. Where we have 2, 9, 44, 7.
Wow. Okay, so we just shot instantly well into Death Necklace range. Our runners at 139 with all of them being on strength HP, and we just got a 25% increase in agility.
And I'm now picking up the Silver Shield. Opening up my status screen again to just make sure that I was looking at that agility number correctly.
And opening up that that spell menu to be saddened by the fact that Repel wasn't there. Yeah, so NESCard decided to opt before going through to let's just go ahead and grind. He might be grinding for Repel, hoping it comes at 15 here at this point. We see him throttling several Axe Knights here. Bob's back at it.
Yeah, Lord of the Synth pointed this out earlier, but the fact that we're at level 13/14 and there's no Repel spell on this map was pretty infuriating.
Yeah, I can feel that frustration for sure. Just watching, it's always annoying, and especially since the runners have multiple of the key items right now, it's very limited space for even if you wanted to grab some fairy waters and run with them.
Old Vampire Lady now is down near Sharlock. Not sure if she had found that previously.
No, she just finally came across Garenham, got the fantastic news of nothing in the back there, and has gone through. So yeah, this is her first time over on the second side of the world. We'll see if she happens to catch this tablet cave here, and if it pays off for anybody, or if she skirts around to the West Lake Bob and pulled off.
Well, the Vampire Lady saying in chat that she was late to it. Not that late. NESCard has also not gone through Swamp Cave at this point.
Yeah, he keeps getting stopped by the allure of the Axe Knight here, which at this point, I'm going to assume he will go ahead and at least finish this level, hope for that Repel before pressing out, but might just hang out here because, you know, although, man, we are getting really close to go stats.
I'm back out on the map just exploring now because I don't know where Staff Turn-In is, and I've got to find that if I'm going to have any shot of going into Grind and Go, and I just happened to stumble across it.
Very, very nice. So Bob going to get his harp. Everyone knows where the jerk is, back right next to Hawksness at the start, so he knows where to get his drop. Only thing he doesn't know is Tablet at this point, and he really wants some armor, which I'm sure all of our runners want right now. So we're about to get our first tablet check though, because Old Vampire Lady is the first one of our runners to make it there, and at the end of this cave is a torch.
Which means that the armor is 100% for sure in Sharlock.
Alright, so it's probably going to be a little bit before any of our runners get down there and find out which one of our chests is going to be in there, but we'll get to play some fun here. We'll play the pyramid game here in a few minutes and see if we can be lucky and guess which chest it's going to be in. Bob is not allowed to play.
Aww.
So far, Bob, the only one of our runners that's pushed west of Sharlock here and has found the grave. We do have NESCard finally coming out the other side. He has his GPS, is looking for his coordinates right now. Will be happy to find that sword, I'm sure.
Yeah, and finding that early for me. I think I found it about 35 minutes before NESCard's about to find it here. Was definitely helpful.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely nice to get that out of the way. We do see NESCard coming across Sherlock here. He's also seeing Tablet, but getting level 15, which is coming with 3, 3, 8, 9, and Repel. 15 looks fantastic when you factor in the sword and armor. Outside of that agility is just trash, but this is definitely a winnable level.
And I opt to go ahead and pick up the Rainbow Drop before figuring out my life.
And honestly, if it wasn't for that terrible agility, I would say that the level that you're on right now would be winnable as well. 136 with Death Necklace with 10 Healmores. You would just need to be able to get down with your stuff, and if there's red enemies in Sherlock, that's probably not very viable.
No, but I absolutely thought about it. Now, Lord of the Synth starting to do the GPS walk.
Yep, he's only a few steps off. Got to go back up and over a little bit and get his sword as well. So we're going to almost have both runners get their swords simultaneously. They're giving each other a virtual high five with Synth and NESCardinality right now. So we'll see what Bob opts to do here. Level 14, didn't stay on the red grind. Is either going around looking for Tablet or... I don't know. We'll see what he decides, or wants the Axe Knights, maybe.
What I want is an inn, and I go into Cantlin and go, wait, there's a cheaper option.
Because that 2,900 gold... You know, you got to save that money for these 24 gold herbs.
I mean, listen. You never know when there's going to be an economic downturn in Alefgard.
That's a very fair statement. So we got Synth further exploring here on the Swamp Continent. Coming across nothing. We know that if he goes up and over a little bit further, we're going to come across the grave here. We'll see if he can make it there. We got NESCard kind of on the same boat here, wandering around the same general area. And let's see here. So Bob's going in the back here. We'll see if he goes to the Axe Knight, or with how far away this is, might be opting for a Sherlock check as well. We know we do have to get armor at some point. Some runners do like to try and press their luck and force it into a single dive and win. That's something that I definitely like to try and do whenever possible. But, you know, it's definitely the safer play to get the armor and do a refresh.
Yeah, the single dive attempt is definitely something that I myself will do, except with agility being as low as it is, what I'm thinking right now is that just may not be feasible.
Yeah, it would be really rough and would require a decent Sherlock enemy set. As we got Synth coming across the grave here, we'll see how this goes for him.
Yep, so Lord of the Synth, our second runner to find a, frankly, pretty out-of-the-way grave.
Yeah, I've gotten a general sense of this map area watching all of you run to this area, and yeah, that's really far out there, and looks like NESCard has not come across it yet. It is still on the second continent area, though. And Bob, as he's coming down, the Sherlock is surprised to find a cave here. So we're gonna get a check of Tablet. You might as well on the way through.
Yeah, I was relieved to see it, to be honest, because I was gonna check Sherlock and just be like, well, it's Tablet, it's one chest. But that was gonna nag at the back of me.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. So we got Synth here, he just picked up his stones, is going to go ahead and opt to dive. A really far out of the way grave here, I think it's a smart play. Bob picks up his free torch. NESCard just took a death to something, I missed it. I just saw the death message at the end. Not coming across the grave over there yet, so he's going to be a little delayed getting to his stones here. We'll see what he opts to do at this point.
According to Beta Chef, werewolf slept him.
Yeah, that's a rough situation, for sure. One of the few enemies that, honestly could potentially cause you some grief. So we do have Bob, our first runner into Sherlock here, immediately greeted from an armored knight. Looks like it just hit us, though.
Yeah, it's just what you want to see.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I've got no agility. Here's an armored knight that you'll never be able to run from. So while that's happening, we got Synth about to hit his fourth chest here. Old Vampire Lady still trying to get some of that exploration caught up and see if we can get her back into this a little bit more here. But we got NESCard opting to check more of the first continent here. Checks that whole north area above Tantajol, comes across the dead end there. So we know he needs to get back into Garanham, back over to the other continent to find the grave. But we'll see how much of this first continent he has left before he does that. Oh, and I gotta call you out here, Bob. You made one of the big faux pas that some runners do when you were going into those barriers without armor. You walked into the middle, so it cost you an extra 15 damage. If you walk left or right before those barriers, you can save yourself a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, which is something I usually do, but for whatever reason, just wasn't thinking about it.
Oh, we have red dragons in this zone as well. That's fantastic.
Oh yes, they seem to be all over this map.
Oh man, and then trying to fight through it, which is obviously the smart play right now because our agility stinks, and it is dodging.
Yeah, but I've already eaten through most of my MP at this point.
And that's what I was getting ready to bring up here. Yeah, we're down to 3 Healmores now, and we're just now getting through the first basement at this point. So hopefully the rest of the zones aren't quite as bad at this. Nice walk after that, though. No more encounters.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great at this moment in time, but I figure if I'm gonna die, maybe I can get to 15 on the way.
Okay. So this Axe Knight will get you most of the way there then. Leaving you with 2 Healmores and a Dream at this point.
Yep, I do still have some herbs, so there is that.
And man, that werewolf death is a little costly as we see NESCard continuing to push all the wrong areas now. He was really close to where that grave was too, prior to that. So we'll see how far back that sets him. We got Bob at level 15 finding out the news, getting some more stats, and extra heal more never hurts.
Getting 3 more agility.
It's in the 50s, Bob. Like, I think it's beautiful at this point. You know, you're already all the way into the 50s. So we got Synth, our second runner, to pick up his rainbow drop. We'll see what Synth opts to do. Is Synth going to try and do a grind? Is he going to repeat what Bob did and try and dive early for this armor, or what we're looking at? Because he is just shy of level 15 as well. We got NESCard about to hit 16. Oh, Bob going to go down to the treasury today. So get those guesses real fast before Bob gets down here. Where do we think that armor's at? Is it at Judge's table? Or is it in the 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, or 300 chest? You get about 5 seconds.
Yep, it's pyramid game time. Fighter's ring in the... That's the 150, I believe. Yeah, I'm sweating now.
We're at a 50-50 coin toss. Is it our 250 here, or is it Judge's table? There it is!
And there it is. Because I definitely didn't have the resources to walk back to Judge's table.
And Aaron loses because he cheats, and watched this earlier. So very nice. That's going to make this much better for Bob. I won't say easier because that agility is still a dumpster fire at this point. We'll see what Bob opts to do here, though, because 15 is definitely winnable. Thank you for that follow, Dwayne. Appreciate that for Bob. And we'll see what he opts to do. Does he want to grind agility? Is he going to top off, or what are we looking at?
Basically, originally I thought to take a Death Warp, but then I remembered that Garanham is the back of Swamp, and it would probably actually be faster for me to just walk back to it, since I could hit outside once I went in.
That's not a bad plan. So yeah, we see him walking back towards Swamp, and he'll be at Garanham here momentarily. On the other end, we see Synth about to go the opposite direction through Swamp here. Looks like we're going to have either a dive for armor attempt by Synth or a grind on Axe Knights. We'll find out. And while that was going on with that whole armor business, I missed the level on NESCard. We'll have to see if he got any bonuses to agility on level 16 here. Alright, Bob double checking those stats, reconfirming that agility is terrible, is throwing on that repel and getting ready to head back over. We'll see if it's a dive attempt. And thanks for that, Beta, and we got it flipped around. NESCard with a whole whopping additional 5 agility at level 16, all the way to 56.
And NESCard goes into Grave, finds the stones, but of course has to dive because doesn't know where the armor is.
Yeah, doesn't know where the armor is, and this was just so far away. It's absolutely the right call, even though we know it doesn't pay off for him. And Salaryman with the party raid of 5. Thank you for that raid, Salaryman.
LordoftheSynth heading now to Sharlock, and as noted in chat, doing the dive for armor. Meanwhile, I am heading back to Sharlock to wing in a prayer.
Alright, so yeah, we got Bob looking for a legit dive here. Level 15, agility is not good. Everything else is in a decent spot, though. We know this first zone is pretty nasty with Armor Knights and Red Dragons, though, so let's see what kind of luck we get here. And immediate Red Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't feel great when that happened.
Did you just run from that Red Dragon, Bob?
Sure did.
Synth can't even get into Sherlock before the Red Dragons are fighting him. He ran into one in Mountain, ran into one here. We'll see how that goes.
My goodness.
Bob feeling empowered from his run from the Red Dragon, has tried to run from this Armor Knight a couple times here, has failed 3 in a row so far.
Yeah, this top floor I was not feeling super great about. Of course, diving at 51 agility, absolutely hated that, but in the back of my mind was the whole time was who my opponent was.
Yeah, that's a very fair statement. You got NESCard, who is just a fantastic runner of this randomizer. You definitely have that in the back of your mind for sure. I wanted to point out, by the time Synth gets through these Red Dragons, he's going to have a level before he even gets into Sherlock. It's just non-stop Red Dragons. That's another one.
That is unbelievable what is happening on Lord of the Synth screen right now.
So Bob not taking any chances with these golems. Fairy fluting them up to be able to successfully run from them. So that's the free run at least. Still in this nasty zone though. We'll see if he can get through it and what the other zones have in store for him.
Yeah, given the agility, I'm taking free runs where they're available.
Oh my gosh. Synth opts to not go in the Sharlock, I guess, because he had to use several pieces of resources here. Finds another red dragon, but the good news here is he's going to get level 16 off of it.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, and Crump's brother pointing out in chat that NESCard had not cleared Mountain. And I couldn't remember if he went back and did it after the... I know he died early to an Axe Knight, but I thought he went back and had done it later. But I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, and on Lord of the Synth screen, it's just all red dragons all the time. Same on Old Vampire Ladies, but she's running into them on purpose.
Exactly. Yeah, we got her on the grind here. Getting a little bit of experience here. Unfortunately, just really in a hole due to some bad exploration luck, and honestly, just she was doing so well getting pushed out early, and it just was absolutely not paying off in any way. So Bob's making steady progress here. Not down any official resources yet. Has used 2 for a Radiant because Bob likes some light. But outside of that, still has all 13 heal mores in play and 3 bonus MP on top of it.
Yep, I have had to burn a few herbs to this point, but no MP beyond the Radiant.
Yeah, definitely not what I'm expecting when we already knew what was in that top zone. Luckily, there's a lot of HP, so you have a lot of wiggle room to work with there. Don't remember if we saw this the first time you were down here, but red dragons in the 3rd zone.
Yeah, which I was not happy to see. We did not see them when I was down here the first time.
So, for anybody out there that wants to know how to run from red dragons at 51 agility, just keep paying attention to Bob. It's not so much in the number, it's in how smooth you press that A button. You have to press it just right for the game to let you do it.
Yeah, there's definitely a science to it. More of an art, I guess, really. Beta Strep, noting that I'm running from Reds better at 51 agility than he does 78. I'm running better at 51 agility from Reds than I do at 78. I can't explain it either. And I hit the spike tile and it's a Stone Man.
Yeah, we haven't played much with these guys at all. I think I've only seen one or two on the screen. Looks like they just have straight physicals though.
Yeah, which I was really happy to see.
And Bob, a little low on HP from his max, only down 7 or so. Well, about 13 actually. I'm glad you didn't opt to heal walk there. Gets into this fight, is thrown on the death necklace, and we'll see how it goes. We're in a really good position with all the resources here, though.
Yeah, getting an opening stop spell was very nice. But it's followed up by a hurt more.
Sure is. So we'll be getting into the DL2 fight here momentarily. We saw Synth after all the Red Dragon fun. Opted to just stop over on this Axe Knight here. Looks like he's wanting to grind level 17. We got NESCard starting up a dive here. We'll see what he opts to do, if it's a single dive or a full dive here. Bob's down a heal more right away.
Yep, back attacked.
Alright, but gets a nice swing of 16 here. Still in a very good position at this point. 29, but takes a physical of 51 from the Dragon Lord, so needs to keep an eye on his HP totals here. 39 so far.
NESCard doing his dive down to 81 MP on the first basement floor.
Yeah, that first zone's rough. Took another 51 physical from the Dragon Lord. We're at 50 damage so far, and that put us at 61. Ooh, gets a nice roll of 18 there, up to 79. Oh, buddy, there we go. Got a max roll there, 99. Looking a lot better here and looking very, very, very comfortable at this point. And that roll of 18, if we weren't already locked, we're fully locked barring a miss menu at this point. 11 on the lower end, still completely safe with 4 heal mores left. On the right, while this is going on, NESCard's making this dive, just hit level 17. 15 agility, he found some agility.
Yep, there it all was.
A third 51 physical from the Dragon Lord hitting the maxes, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. But get those GGs out in chat. BobPineappleMD is going to take home first place in this race. And win his head-to-head against NESCardinality as well, putting him to 4-0 in his slime group.
No one was more shocked than I.
So very, very nice, Bob. So we have the unique pleasure of having you calm your own race while this is going on. We have Synth hitting level 12. NESCard still diving down to 9 heal mores, but honestly, still in a winnable situation if he's able to make this on a single dive. 71 agility is not great, but much more comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah, NESCard in a strong position to do this in a single dive, which, you know, more power to him if he pulls it off, because I certainly didn't think it was possible, although with the added agility, and of course once he opens up his chest to find the armor, he's going to be in a much better position.
Yeah, I believe he's at 140 attack right now, minus the death necklace, so in a much more comfortable position regardless if he decides to go, you know, without the death necklace and have that range with a ton of HP and doubles, or decides to throw it on and try and murderize the Dragon Lord a little faster. We got Synth doing hit. We got Synth topping off. He's back through Swamp and going to take another stab at this Sharlock. Hasn't found out about the fun yet. We'll see how his encounter rates go. Just getting back there though.
And finding red dragons again.
Yeah, that zone just loves the red dragons with him for sure. And I'll be honest, just based on having watched you walk the area, I thought for sure it was the next zone west that the red dragon was in, because I don't think I ever saw you see any over near Sharlock.
I didn't near Sharlock, so it's absolutely wild to see how many are cropping up.
So even with 71 agility, we do see NESCard is opting to swing through. Takes down that red dragon in 2 swings.
Yeah, still has a couple of herbs left. And is almost home free. And Lord of the Synth makes it into Sharlock.
Very nice. We'll see how this dive goes for him. He's got to get his armor still. NESCard, with only 1 bonus MP here, is not going to sleep the Stone Man, so he's down a little bit on HP here. Still has a couple of herbs to top off with, though.
And NESCard going into his Dragon Lord fight.
NESCard is a fool. We'll see if he does. He's swinging right away. It doesn't look like he's going to go with the Death Necklace, which honestly, at this point, it really doesn't matter at all. He's going to be doing 10 to 21 range because he's at 142 with that Fighter's Ring. Still in a very comfortable position. Not to be outdone by you, does also get back attack.
Absolutely does. Yeah, but rolling at max or near max.
Yeah, starts out with a 19 followed by a 20. Fantastic start to this battle. And another 20. Holy cow! So he is feeling very comfortable. Hasn't gotten any doubles yet because this guy loves his breath with him. But I don't know that he'll even need them.
It's interesting to note that at 2 levels higher than I did the dive, and without a silver shield, he is at the same defense power that I was at.
There he goes. He got a max of 21 there. Looking really good. He's I lost one of the counts there, so I stopped counting. But looking in a really good spot here. Another high roll of 18. This is absolutely winnable at this point. We'll see if he gets it finished off.
And now it seems like every single time my eyes dart down to Lord of the Synth screen, a red dragon is there.
I think he's just wanting to grind to level 18 is what he's trying to tell us here. But he's almost out of the zone. We'll get to the freer zone of zone 2. Here's, oh my gosh, another red dragon.
It almost beggars belief.
But get your GGs out in chat. NESCardinality, going to finish in 2nd place overall on our stream, but lose to BobPineapple. We'll have his official. I don't really know what the official times. We don't have a race room, and they're not posting. Somewhere around 5 minutes behind or so, Bob.
It's approximately 5, yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. I'd say they had vastly different methods through the race. Bob grinding a little more early while NESCard was pushing some exploration. I think one of the big key differences was just the death shy of grave for NESCard, to be quite honest. It set him back so far and sent him down another rabbit hole of exploration before he could find it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that as well, that if NESCard had found the sword around the same time I had, he may have also found grave around the same time I had, and that may have made a huge difference.
Thank you for that, Zarnax. So, yeah, we got the official times there. Bob finished at 127.18. NESCard finished at 132.41. So my spidey senses weren't too far off there. We've got Synth continuing his dive here. Fighting through a bunch of stuff. At this point, 14,250 is our next level, and I'm certain that we're going to see it. And on the bottom right, not to be left out, OldVampireLady still out here. She's trying to figure out where the cords are right now. Is on the wrong side of the swamp continent right now, but might be able to figure that out soon enough and get through and find that sword. Also missing grave at this point.
I never did figure out if we were 2 continents or a single continent.
I think based on what I've been watching of her screen, we've seen a lot of the eastward exploration on the first continent. I don't believe it connects, but it could somewhere. Oh boy.
Yet another.
The red dragon was the true treasure Synth.
The red dragon was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, we can go with that as well. Gets through it here. And we saw he's gonna get level 18, and we saw NESCard win with 9 Healmores at 17, so we're still in play here. But 1-1, 2, and of course it's all MP.
Of course 11, yeah.
So he gets his fighter's ring and puts that puppy on. He'll be at 143 attack power now. Start opening his chest. We'll see what order he goes in and be a little upset or sad about it. Open them slightly different order. Got the good news a little earlier, but holy cow, finds another red dragon. Alright, while Synth is trying to get himself... Oh, man. Perfect bid, 35 at the end. Gonna get sent out of here. Man, that is a lot of red dragons.
Oh dear, Lord of the Synth confirming in chat that was a miss menu.
That's a shame. Yeah, tilt can be very... I get tilted way too much. Or at least I used to, until I stopped caring. It's much nicer that I stopped caring now. But we got, what do we got here? We got, Old Vampire Lady is starting to figure out that, this is where she needs to be for her sword.
To answer Angel FM in chat, forever, Angel. Forever.
Alright, so Synth is topped back off. He's going to head back into Garenham here. Get back through Swamp and give it another go-round. He's got the armor this time, so much safer. And barring 35 red dragons, we should possibly be seeing him finish his seed here soon.
Excellent point in chat from Zarnax. I hope there's a YouTube comment. Ask what Angel said. For clarification, for those who watch this months or even years from now, Angel's comment was, how much longer does Bob consider himself the underdog now? Forever.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Bob over here trying to play underdog roles. Him and I were just in the Random Percent Cup finals. You were just in the finals, Bob. You don't get to play underdog anymore.
That's true. We were just in the Random Cup finals together. We have not commented together since that race.
Alright, we got sent through the swamp, heading back down to his favorite part of the map at this point. While that's happening, we do have Old Vampire Lady creeping in on her sword.
Yep, we'll very shortly have the big stick. And there we go. And Lord of the Synth is back into Sharlock.
Yep, back in the Sharlock has made it a whole third to halfway around the top floor without an encounter. I guess he ran into them all the last time. They're leaving him alone this time.
Yeah, I mean, he did a pretty thorough Red Dragon extermination job the last time he was in here.
Yeah, a complete hero walk through the whole top floor. That's fantastic. We'll see if the rest of Sharlock makes him pay for that.
He certainly got paid.
Synth is going to finish with stats that look like he grinded red dragons for 25 minutes, but he just got Sharlocked.
In a sense, he did grind red dragons for 25 minutes.
Ooh, gets the double dodge. I guess Zone 1 has changed to just red dragons. 2 encounters so far in Zone 1, 2 red dragons. Synth decided, you know, I got 2 dodges on that last red dragon. What's the odds that happens again? Swings through on the dangerous swing, and it gets him through it.
Finally gets to those stairs. Into the diamond room.
And poor old Vampire Lady just not quite being able to find where the grave is. Just has not been able to come across it. As we know, it is pretty far out there on the second continent.
And back attacked by a golem. Couple of run fails from that blue dragon just elects, nope, I will just stab you to death.
Well, at this point, the hatred for the encounters in here is coming through, so we're probably likely to see level 19 here in a moment. I'm guessing level 19 comes at 16,500.
Yeah, we're not that far off. It's back attacked by the green dragon. The luck going down has been, at least in terms of number of encounters.
Alright, we're back into Zone 3 here, making his way around the U-floor here, and still looking really, really good overall from a stats perspective and an MP perspective, so we're still very comfortable. Going to get out of that golem, though. I like it. Here goes a red dragon, though.
Yeah, despite everything, the MP is still in triple digits.
Hey, at least it was only a blue dragon this time. But we're going to get this blue dragon down for that big 180 here in a moment. And Math Girl asking if Zone 3 is just those bottom 3 floors. That is correct. It starts at the U floor, that little short straight across floor, and then this lit up floor on the bottom. And on this red dragon was a little sign that said level 19, and we will soon see what wonders level 19 brings us here. Ooh, 4, 8, 11, and 3.
Not bad. Puts the defensive power up to 90 now.
Yeah, it only took to level 19, but we see 80 agility now. Alright, Synth topping off here. Going into this battle with 12 heal mores in a very comfortable position at this point.
LordoftheSynth saying that I really thought about putting on the death necklace here just to massacre DL2. I'd have thought about it too, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed. The one thing to keep in mind for everybody watching is because these were 2 separate races, they had separate race rooms. So from Synth's perspective, he doesn't know that, you know, Bob and NESCard have both finished their race at this point. So he does still have a W in his mind as well, I'm sure. And I already forgot how much strength. There we go. We're at 147 attack power. So, what is that? Something to 23, 12 to 23, somewhere in there. My math's terrible.
Yeah, and as Vin is pointing out, if he had put on the death necklace, he'd have been swinging from 14 to 28.
Yeah, 14 to 28 is a nice range. Yeah, 11 to 23, the current range. Still nothing to sneeze at all. Although we're seeing a few rolls on that lower end.
Much better. There's a max roll.
You love to see it.
And there it is. Get your GGs out for Lord of the Synth, who will win his race.
Yes, he does. So very, very well ran. Really bad luck from his perspective from Red Dragons overall, seeing the totality of 4 different runners. But overall, very well performed. Was right there with our other 2 runners for the majority of the race until that very tail end. He's going to move the 1-1 in his Ghost group there and be in a really good position to be able to continue on. I can't remember if the Ghost is a 7-player or an 8-player group, but several races still to go. All right. So at this point, we'll point out that OldVampireLady will forfeit her race. She does attempt to try and find Grave for a little bit longer, is just unsuccessful in doing so before throwing in the towel, which is completely understandable. You already know your opponent's done, and you sometimes map boss gets you. So very good, very well run race by her as well. So get some GGs in chat for OldVampireLady as well, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well run. And we have our DL2 stats up on kind of a pretty middle-of-the-road DL2.
Yeah, 160, not too terrible. It's in the upperish area, but that's what I think most people are building their thoughts off of, is like a 160 HP Dragon Lord. I know some are a little more cautious and always shoot for a 165. I shoot for 150 and hope for the best. Well, very good. So we've had our runners in chat outside NESCard, and Bob here in the comms booth with me, and so I think we've gotten some really good insights into their thoughts as they were moving along. I do appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts in the chat along the way there. Any other thoughts on this one, Bob, before we wrap up for the night?
It was just a very interesting seed, and the outcome was surprising to me, but certainly happy to see it. And honestly, this whole first couple of weeks here that we've had going on here in the tournament has been fantastic. We have so many races going on seemingly every single day. We're not able to cover all of them, so it's nice when we're able to kind of go back and hit some of the races that have happened earlier in the day or even earlier in the week to get as many of these broadcasts as possible, because it's just so many good races going on.
Oh, absolutely agreed. Yeah, and we've got several races scheduled over the next few days here as well, so just keep your eyes out for which ones we're going to be able to get. We're about to find the best part of this race here in a moment, though, Bob.
Is that going to be the number of red dragons that Synth ran up against?
Exactly. We're literal moments away from seeing the tyranny he went through. So I'm going to give you a comparison. I saw NESCards up here, 10 encounters total with 8 1 and 2 deaths. So let's kind of compare it to that.
All right. Well, we're going to get it on the next screen here. $29 and a 20-7 win-to-loss ratio.
That's insanity. So basically, he saw, we'll just say, triple the amount of red dragons that NESCard had to see through that race. Not quite sure where you were at, but I know it wasn't anywhere in that ballpark either. So that's just terrible luck. So
which means that 7,000 experience gained from red dragons alone.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You can't help but laugh, and I apologize for that, but you can't. Yeah, that's just terrible luck. But yeah, I mean, that's why we finished at 19. Some of that was hatred and such. But yeah, we got a little bit of the action listed up here for our Friday. What do we got going on here? We got some Stags 28 versus Cyberdark 86 at 6:30 tomorrow. All these times are in Eastern. We've got Centroid 41 versus Ziggy at 7. Fitz and Toaster versus Jouf at 8, along with Marachute and Arbor Loot, and Rat Lift the Rat and Beef Supreme at 8 as well. And then we got Synth. Go take a nap, Synth, and get your fingers rested up. He's going to be taking on Scarlet Shadow tomorrow at 9. And then looks like we have a nightcap finishing out with a really strong race between NESCardinality, who we just saw tonight, and Zarnax 42.
Yeah, tons of races tomorrow, so we're not going to be lacking for action. And all through the weekend. Saturday's shaping up rather well, and we even got a few races on the clock for Sunday. So no matter when you're available to check out some Dragon Warrior Randomizer Summer Tournament action, we're going to have something going on.
Exactly. So we did get joined in the booth by OldVampireLady. Again, GG. It was a rough seed for you for sure. What were your thoughts on this one?
They're all rough.
Very fair, very fair.
No, I hate to say that. I've been struggling lately, and I'm not sure why, because I promised myself I wouldn't enter the tournament until I could get all my practice games under 2 hours. And I did. And then I joined the tournament. And I'm pushing back up to 2 hours again. I don't know. It's a learning process.
Well, and the tournament has a way of just turning everything on its head.
Yeah, I know, and I get more nervous than I do, when people are watching you, so. But it's still a fun game. I'm still enjoying myself, so.
Excellent, and that's what it's really about, having a lot of fun and just having a good time with the whole community as a whole. And it's been a pleasure being able to see you, and we love having new people in the community, and it's been fantastic. You've been real open on your streams and such. It's been fun watching you and seeing someone develop.
Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy the process, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to keep plugging along. I don't get discouraged too much when I lose, because I expect to lose.
I had one question for you, though. When you're doing it, and I don't know that I see you do it, do you map it all out of curiosity?
I do, yeah, but sometimes, like in this one, I went back to the Harp Cave, 3 times? Because I forgot to mark it on the map.
Okay, and that's why I was asking, because I thought I saw that you did, but then I saw you go back into the same cave a few times, and I wasn't sure.
I do, but for whatever reason, I thought, I'll remember that was the Harp Cave, because of course I had the harp. I turned it in, I got the staff, but I didn't mark it down, so it wasn't on my map.
Now, for the missing grave, just out of curiosity, did you not have that marked over there, or did you mismap? Because I'm terrible at mismapping.
I never found it.
Yeah, so on your map, did you have any unexplored areas left, or?
Yes, but I couldn't get there. I kept dying.
Gotcha.
Last time I died over there, I just kept dying, and so I thought, maybe it's someplace else. I had trouble the last race that I couldn't find Cantlin, and it was right there. Right there in front of me, and I thought the grave was going to be that kind of situation. I just never made it. I had to go further north and west, I think.
That's correct.
I didn't go far enough west. So I didn't make that last jog up to the north, and I didn't make that last down to the west. And I was watching on the stream, and I saw that somebody killed me just as I was about to go up there. I missed it completely.
Very good. So unfortunately down to 0-3, but you still have several races left to go, and hopefully that luck turns around on you here. And we'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. I
was ahead early on.
No, absolutely. First runner to come across that Staff of Ring turn-in, and
which
and
was
all
huge.
That. Mm-hmm. So very nice. You got anything, Bob?
No, it's just really well run, and as DK said, we always like new people here. I'm fairly new here myself, and the community's really welcoming and helping people out, and we're glad you're sticking around.
Yeah, thank you. No, I'm not going anywhere. And next tournament's going to be different.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be better. So I probably will never be as fast as all you young guns, because my hands just don't work that well.
Yeah, that's quite all right. Do you have any final thoughts tonight, OldVampireLady?
No, just thank everybody. for being everybody was so welcoming here. It's just unbelievable. And I made a speech, and I'm gonna make one more. I have worked for years and years and years in the literature community. I'm a horror writer primarily. I have worked with the horror writers. I have worked with science fiction writers, fantasy writers, romance writers. I've been to all of their conferences, and none of them have been anywhere near as accepting and welcoming as the Dragon Warrior randomizer community has been. So this is just a wonderful, wonderful experience for me and a discovery for me. So I just want to thank everybody.
That's awesome. That's
it.
very awesome. No, that's very nice, and I'm glad to hear that from you very much, because I think we do the best we can. Because at the end of the day, we're just wanting to have a little fun and not be stressed out by RNG, which is all we do.
You do really well. Everybody, it's just been so nice.
Well, you want to take us out of here, Bob?
Yeah, absolutely. So glad all of you could join us this evening. And on behalf of our restreamer, Math Girl, our trackers, Betastrep and Vinicus, and my broadcast partner here, DK9146, I have been BobPineappleMD, and we're wishing you all a very good night.